Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I just got a box full of goodies. This is my Hobonichi Techo 2026 order. I have been using Hobonichis, I think since 2018 was my very first. I got I think I had the A6. I think I bought both. I think I bought the A6 and the A5. Techos? I'm not sure how. Still to this day, not sure how you pronounce that, but I loved them, but they were a little bit too much for me. And then I think in 2019, I discovered the Hobonichi Weeks, which is what I have used ever since. So I've been using it for 6 years, and I believe this order will make it my 7th Hobonichi Weeks. But anyways, I love this style. So what I thought I would do is we would unbox this together. These are not just planners for me. I actually order planners for some of my other family members as well. And then I'm going to show you how I plan using my Hobonichi Weeks because I have gotten that request quite a few times, and today we're going to finally go over it. All right, so let's see. I went ahead and slit the tape so I wouldn't have to struggle too much with opening this up on camera. And yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so let's open it up. What on earth is this? A tiny robot paperweight. Huh. They gave me 2 of those. I think this must have been like the little freebie that they give with the orders. Let's see if I can get it open. There he is. Cutie little, sorry, get him in the center there. Cutie little robot. Oh my gosh. That is cute. And it says, "You love you." I have an extra one. I'm gonna have to figure out which of my family members to give this one to, or I could give it to one of my kids. I'll have to think about that. All right, this is the day free. I'm gonna go ahead and open it because I bought it. This is not for me. This is for my husband. But I want to show you what it looks like on the inside. So give me just a second. Okay, so this is like a very small planner. It's an A6 size. It is completely undated. So all of I'm sorry, it's not completely undated. It has the monthly calendar in the front with the dates, but then in the back it's just blank pages. So kind of like the A6 Techo, which has daily pages. This one just has blank pages, and so you can write your own dates in. My husband prefers this one because he doesn't always have something to write down every single day, and it stresses him out to have all those extra pages that he doesn't need. So he mostly uses the monthly calendar. He likes to just plan on the monthly, and then when he needs to write down some extra notes about a day or like a to-do list, he'll use these papers in the back. All right, then this one is for my dad, and this is a birthday gift, so I'm not going to open this one, but if you know anything about Hobonichi, this is probably the most common one that you would be familiar with. It's the A6 Hobonichi Techo planner. This one is in English. They do make this in English now. They didn't used to. Well, it's very nice that they added that feature in for those of us that can't speak or read Japanese. But this one has the monthly in the front, and then it has a page for every single day of the year. And my dad does like to plan every single day, does like having a page for every single day. So I got this one for my dad, and I've been buying this planner for him for the last several years. I gave him one on his birthday every single year. So I think this will be like the 4th or 5th year that this has been his birthday gift. All right, now the next 2 are mine. But first, let's take a look at the pen. Oh my gosh, they gave me 4 this time. Last time I placed my order for almost the same amount of notebooks, they only sent me 2. Wow, okay. I do really like these. They actually write really well. A lot of people that order from Hobonichi only use this pen. There are some people that, like, this is their Hobonichi pen. They use it with their Hobonichi. They don't need any other pen. Obviously, I'm a pen snob. I love my pens and my fountain pens and my Tom Studio pen and my fine liners. I love pens, so obviously I use other pens, but these are pretty good. They're a ballpoint pen, and they're multicolor, so they have the little tabs that you push down on, and I think it's black, blue, and red. So one of those will be going to my husband and one to my dad, and I guess I get the other 2. All right, this obviously is the one I'm most excited about. It's the new Hobonichi Weeks, And I got it in the really cute Forest Friends, I think was the name of the cover design. Oh no, In the Forest. So cute. There were so many cute designs this year. Like they had Moomins and they had Tamagotchi and they had this really pretty one that was based on an embroidery artist that I almost bought, but they didn't have that one in the Mega, which is what I always get. And I'll show you what the Mega is. But ultimately I went for this one. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know, I'm a big fan of forest animals and illustrating forest animals, so it felt like a good fit. So oh, I like that they protected the cover like that. So it's like, almost feels like it's embroidered on there. And then they have their little paper here, which tells you about all their products, and then they usually send something fun. Like, I think in this case it is a picture that you color in and it becomes something, I'm guessing a picture of the robot. That might be fun for one of my kids to do. So the Hobonichi Weeks Mega, the reason why it's called Mega is because it has a ton of extra pages in the back for making extra lists, journaling, notes, whatever you want to do. I think this year what I'm going to do is turn this back section into my commonplace notebook. Right now I keep my commonplace notebook separately and I just have a bunch of like random lists in the back of my weeks. But this year I think I'm going to try and put my commonplace in the back here, and then I'll be more organized and less notebooks to carry. So let me show you what the weeks looks like. Let's see, so you have your monthly calendar in the front, same as the other planners. And there's some extra pages in here with other options, but I don't really use those. And it goes, I think it goes through March of the following year. Yeah. And then you can officially start planning on the weekly page December 1st. For the new calendar year. And I think they do a release of planners in April for the school season. So you can do an April to April instead, if that's what you prefer. But yeah, the basic layout is you have your horizontal week on this left page, and then you just have a blank grid on the following side. And you have one for every single week of the year. And then you get your notes in the back. So that's the basic gist of what a weeks looks like. It's small enough that I can bring it with me. I can just throw it in my bag, but it's big enough that I can see what I'm looking at, and I don't know, I just really like this size and it has really worked for me. And then last but not least, why do we use that expression? This is the Hobonichi Techo Cousin. And it is the exact same as the Hobonichi Techo A6, but it's obviously an A5 size, so it's bigger. Same thing, it has all of the months in the front, and then it has a page for every single day in the back. And I bought this because one of my goals at the moment is to journal every single day. I actually have a plan to start a challenge with myself to do that at the end of this month and try to do it every single day for 12 weeks in preparation for when this starts in 2026. But I like it because this is how much of a page you have to fill, and obviously you can put stickers or pictures or doodle in here as well, so you don't necessarily have to write to fill the whole page. And I wanted to try that out again, and I really like Hobonichi's paper, although I know there's been some drama with them changing it a little bit, but I don't notice that big of a difference. It still feels great to me. So there's your monthly, much bigger, much more space to write. I think here I'm just gonna write down like one big thing that happened every day, or one little thing that just made me smile, whatever it may be, just a memory from every day. And then the Cousin also has this, which I don't think the Techo has, which is a vertical weekly planner. So you could plan, if you like to plan hourly, this would be great for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this section for yet. I might actually use it as an hourly planner because I kind of need one. I've been trying to be more productive since I work from home. It's really easy to get distracted, and I think I'm going to try time blocking. So that might be helpful for that. And then, let's see. Yeah, and then you have like a little notes page here in the front. I probably will write down my annual goals here. And then you start with your daily pages. There is a little section right here where I think you could do some hourly planning, but I'm not going to use it for that. But yeah, and then there's little quotes at the bottom of every page. Sometimes they don't make that much sense to me. I think sometimes they're supposed to be funny, but sorry, there was a fly, but I don't get the joke. So anyways, yeah, that's Hobonichi Cousin, and I'm going to be using that as a journal next year. So I do need to get a cover for this. I'm researching that at the moment. The covers on Hobonichi are just so expensive. And I would really like to get a really pretty leather cover if I'm going to spend that much money for this. Kind of like what I have here. This is actually, I think, a Foxy Fix leather Hobonichi cover, but they don't exist anymore. So I'm going to have to find another option. Anyways, let me show you how I plan using the Hobonichi Weeks. Okay, I tried to zoom you in a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. This is the pen I talked about in my pen video. If you didn't see it, that was the last video. I talked about all of my favorite pens and what I use them for. This is the Sarasa Dry 04 size, so it's like 0.4 millimeters, I believe. So the skinnier tip. They also have a 0.7 and a 1.0, I think, but I prefer the skinnier tip, especially for writing in these small lines in the Hobonichi Weeks. So like I said, this is my cover. I have it in, it just slides in right here. I have some notes for one of my kids' programs that they're in and some sticky notes right now. Usually I have a lot more stuff in here, but I just switched over to this cover like 2 weeks ago and I haven't set it up with anything that I've needed yet. Okay, so this is a 2025. Here's some of the extra pages that are in the front that I mentioned. I've never known what to do with this page. It just gives you a tiny little rectangle for every single day of the year, and I'm just not sure what you're supposed to put there. The only thing I can think of is maybe tracking your steps or something. Here's the monthly calendar. Now for me, the monthly calendar is mostly just to mark off days that the kids don't have school and vacations that were going on and birthdays. That's pretty much it. Although sometimes I do mark when I have a course. So I had a course here, boot camp character play, that I had enrolled in. And so I marked off how long the course was for. But other than that, everything else is just days that we have off of school and off of work and trips and birthdays. And that's it for the monthly calendar. That's all I use it for. And it, like I said, it goes through March of the next year, so you can do some forward planning, which is really nice. And then by then, you should have, you know, your updated new 2026 calendar, so you can just switch over and transfer everything you wrote in the next 3 months here into that. So here's an example of how I would plan with stickers. I don't really use stickers while I'm planning. I mostly go in and put them in afterwards, after I finish planning out the week, just to make it fun to look at. Some weeks, obviously, I don't plan much. Those are usually the weeks that I'm out of town, or we're really sick, or something major happened, like a family emergency. Like this week, we were in Italy for spring break. I don't know if you know, but hi, I'm Amber Payne, owner and illustrator of The Primrose Corner, and we moved to Germany last year. We live in Bavaria, Germany. We're here with the military, and that means that all of these amazing European countries are available to us to travel. Like, we can literally drive to Italy just like over the weekend. It's crazy. So we went to Italy for spring break, which is so weird to say, very, very grateful that we have this opportunity to travel and to live here. But I'm going to fast forward to how I am. Oh my gosh, this fly is driving me insane. To how I am planning now. So this is how I plan. I'm just going to show you. Maybe later I will do a go through and plan it with you, but I'm not ready to plan my next week right now because I have no idea what we're doing. But I write down things that need to happen on each day. This is mostly my personal life calendar. I track most of my business stuff on Notion. So let me know in the comments if you'd like a video showing how I use Notion and keep that organized. And so this is just has like birthday parties that we're going to, things that I need to buy, grocery shopping, laundry. I haven't completely filled this in yet. I actually did laundry yesterday and I didn't write it down. I might go back and write it down just so I can check it off. I write down all the things that I'm waiting for in the mail so I can keep track of that. So right now I have a Jet Pens order coming and I'm really excited about it. Oh, and I did get my Bath & Body Works package. I got all my candles, my fall candles the other day, which was great. Oh, and I just got this cookbook yesterday. Yay, fun. So anything that I don't receive this week will just migrate to the next week. Use this kind of column here to write down my meal plan for the week. So write down what we're gonna have on each day. And I don't stick to this strictly. It's just kind of like, these are what we have this week, and I will pick and choose what to make based on how crazy busy things are and how much time we have to cook. So for instance, we did end up having pasta yesterday actually, but on Wednesday we ended up eating out because everyone was everywhere. We had like 6 different things going on at the same time. Our car broke. I had to pick up my husband from work because he couldn't drive home, and I had a daughter that had a thing she had to be at, and then they all had to be, they were auditioning for a play, and they all had trial auditions that day, which is, they just let them practice auditioning for the kids because they obviously haven't done it before. And my son was at cross country and he was getting home and it was just the best. So we just ended up eating out, which is fine. And then I will write, so this section at the top, so I divide this into thirds basically. This section at the top is all the mail that I'm tracking. This section in the middle is where I write down big things that need to happen this week. And this does include business things most of the time, and it will include big things in the family that need to happen. For instance, I really needed to order the twins' birthday presents this week, which I did do. I'm going to check that off. Almost done filming my YouTube videos, so we'll wait on that. And I need to edit my other YouTube video. And I'm almost done with this one too. Okay, moving on. And then down at the bottom, I'll just write down what I'm currently reading, and then I'll check it off when I finish it. And if I haven't finished it, that will migrate to the next page. And then if you flip to the back section where all the notes are, I keep just random notes back here right now, and it's not at all organized, so I don't know where anything is, and I just have to flip through the whole thing to find it. So this was a little schedule I made for myself, which I have not been following. These are all the books that I've pre-ordered, and I check off if I got them right now or not, and I think I have received most of them. These are more books that I'm planning on getting. This is a list of perfumes that I wanted to try. I think I have tried most of them at this point. More perfume stuff. These are all the Audible books that I've purchased, but I haven't read yet. So I've been checking those off, and I've actually been doing an okay job on going through those. This is where I wrote down some ideas for like an adult Lunchable, which is something that I really love. Just having like a snack plate for lunch, love that. A random January to-do list. So you get the idea, it's just a bunch of random stuff. This is a list of ideas for Patreon drawing themes that I've kept. And we have done a few of them. Let's see, we just did Roaring Twenties last month. We did Jane Austen. I don't think we've done any of the rest of these. This month we're doing Cozy Witches, which actually turned out really cute. And see, here's where I wrote down the poll for September, and we ended up Cozy, Cottage, and Witchy tied, so I combined it and did Cozy Witches. So trip planning, packing list, more trip planning, planning some children's book stuff. So you get the idea. And look, I have all these pages left, which makes me sad. There's no way I'm going to use all of these before the end of the year, which is why I want to next year use my Hobonichi Weeks notes or extra pages as my commonplace. So right now I'm using a separate commonplace notebook. I think it's a Midori notebook, which I do love their paper as well, but I kind of want to be more succinct and then have it all in one, because right now I have to carry both notebooks with me every time I leave the house, and that is a little bit of overkill, I believe. But yeah, so next year this will be my lineup. I'll have my journal, and then I will have my Hobonichi Weeks with the planner in the front and the commonplace notebook in the back. And that's it for my Hobonichi order and how I use my Hobonichi Weeks. If you are a Hobonichi fan, if you use Hobonichi, please let me know in the comments, because I feel like less and less people are ordering from them. I feel like less people order from them this year than in past years. So I would love to know if you are aware of Hobonichi, if you ordered this year, or if you didn't, I'd love to know why not. I know the tariff thing was a big deal. We fortunately didn't have to deal with that because we live in Germany, so we were able to just ship it to our German address. But yeah, I feel bad about the whole tariff thing, and I don't even know, guys. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and yeah, I hope you have a great week. Bye.